They buried her without a name. For nearly 100 years, the woman who built downtown Los Angeles lay beneath a patch of grass with no name on it. She owned the land you're standing on. She built the church your grandmother prayed in. She died one of the wealthiest women in the West. And they erased her. Now let me ask you something. If they could hide a millionaire, a black woman who went from property to property owner in a single lifetime, what else are they hiding from you about money? Because here's what I know for sure. Everything you were taught about building wealth was designed for someone else. And everything that actually worked for us, they made sure you never learned it. But the truth has a way of surfacing. And today, we're digging it up. Welcome back. I'm Big Bertha. And this is the story they didn't want you to find. Her name was Biddy Mason. Born into slavery in Georgia, 1818. Freed by a courtroom in California, 1856. A millionaire property owner by 1891. And every lesson she used to build that wealth is sitting right here in a story they tried to bury with her body. Biddy Mason walked 1,700 miles from Mississippi through the Great Plains, over the Rocky Mountains, all the way to Utah. She didn't ride in the wagon. She walked behind it, herding cattle, carrying her infant daughter on her back. And when the camp stopped for the night, she didn't sleep. She cooked the meals. She set up the tents. And when women went into labor on that trail, black women, white women, Biddy delivered their babies. Here's the first lesson they don't teach you. Biddy Mason understood something most people still don't. Your skills are your first currency. Before she ever owned a dollar, she owned expertise. She knew medicine. She knew childbirth. She knew how to keep people alive. On that plantation, most enslaved people were valued only for their physical labor. But Biddy, she made herself irreplaceable. She didn't just work harder, she worked smarter. She built skills that transcended the system trying to own her. Lesson 1. Build skills that transcend your circumstance. Not just skills that pay the bills today, skills that make you irreplaceable tomorrow. Skills that work even when the system doesn't. In 1851, Biddy crossed into California. And here's what most people don't know. California entered the Union as a free state in 1850. The moment Biddy stepped across that line, she legally free. But her owner, Robert Smith, knew she couldn't read. He knew she had no money, no connections, no way to verify the law. So he simply didn't tell her. He kept her enslaved in a state where slavery was illegal. For 4 years, she lived in legal darkness. Until 1856, when Smith tried to drag her and her daughters to Texas, a slave state where the door would slam shut forever. But Biddy had been listening. She'd been building relationships with free black families in Los Angeles. She got a message to Charles Owens, son of the most successful black businessman in the city. And together, they did something unheard of. A black man demanded a white sheriff arrest a white slaveholder. On January 19, 1856, Judge Benjamin Hayes declared Biddy Mason and her daughters free forever. She walked out of that courthouse with nothing. No money, no home, no education. But she walked out with something far more valuable. She walked out knowing the law could work for her if she knew how to use it. Biddy Mason went back to the only trade she knew: medicine. She found work with Dr. John Griffin, a prominent white physician. But Dr. Griffin quickly realized something. Biddy knew more about healing than most doctors with degrees. She became the city's midwife. If a Spanish socialite was giving birth, they called Biddy. If a destitute laborer was dying of fever, they called Biddy. She had a strict code. She never refused a patient. If they could pay, she took the money. If they couldn't, she treated them for free. But here's the key, and I need you to hear this. She saved everything. Lesson 2. Pay yourself first, even when you have almost nothing. For 10 years, Biddy lived on next to nothing. She hoarded her wages. She lived frugally. She was waiting for an opportunity. And most people never wait. They spend what they earn the same day. Biddy understood. Wealth isn't built by what you make. It's built by what you keep. In 1866, opportunity arrives. Los Angeles was tiny, basically a few muddy streets. Everyone wanted to live near the plaza, the center of town. Land on the outskirts was considered worthless, cheap. Nobody wanted it. Biddy took her life savings, $250, and bought a plot of land at 331 and 333 South Spring Street. Her friends told her she was crazy. They said it was too far from town. They said it was a waste of money. They were wrong. Los Angeles didn't just grow, it exploded. And it grew toward Biddy Mason. That worthless scrubland became the absolute center of the downtown financial district. She didn't just sit on the land, she developed it. She built commercial storefronts, rented them to businesses, lived upstairs with her family. The woman who had once been listed as property on a ledger was now collecting rent from white businessmen. Lesson 3. Buy what others overlook. Develop what others ignore. Biddy didn't buy what was popular. She bought what was cheap, undeveloped, and strategically positioned. Then she made it valuable. This is the same principle that built Black Wall Street in Tulsa, the same principle that built the Greenwood District. Buy where others won't. Build what others can't see yet. By the 1870s, Biddy was wealthy. But she noticed something. The Black community in Los Angeles was growing, but they had no place to worship. So in 1872, she opened her living room. 12 people showed up. That became the first AME church, one of the most powerful Black churches in America today. Wealth changed Biddy Mason, but not into someone greedy. It made her generous. Her door was always open. It was an unofficial orphanage, a shelter for the homeless. During the 1880s flood, she walked into a grocery store and told the owner, "Give these people whatever they need. Put it on my bill." Lesson 4. Wealth is a tool for community, not just for self. Biddy Mason didn't just build personal wealth. She built institutional wealth. She built churches. She housed the homeless. She created institutions that outlived her. When you build wealth alone, you have wealth. When you build wealth with your community, you have power. Power that can't be taken by one bad loan, one market crash, or one racist policy. Biddy Mason died in 1891. Her estate was worth $300,000, millions in today's money. And for nearly 100 years, her grave sat unmarked. Her church had to raise money in the 1980s just to give her a headstone, and you still won't find her name in most school textbooks. Now ask yourself, why? Why would a country that celebrates self-made millionaires hide a self-made millionaire who happened to be a formerly enslaved Black woman? Because Biddy Mason's story doesn't fit the narrative they want you to believe. The narrative that says Black people were helpless until white saviors freed them. The narrative that says wealth is only built through formal education, bank loans, and connections. The narrative that says if you're starting from nothing today, the system is fair, you just need to work harder. But Biddy Mason proves every one of those lies wrong. She built wealth without formal education, without a bank loan, without connections. She used skills, savings, vision, and community, the same 4 pillars that built Black wealth for generations before the system learned how to destroy it. And here's what they really don't want you to know. Biddy Mason wasn't an exception. She was part of a pattern. After the Civil War, Black Americans built wealth faster than almost any group in history. The Freedmen's Bank was created to help formerly enslaved people save. Within 9 years, 61,000 Black depositors had put their money in. Then the bank collapsed. Their savings vanished. In 1921, Black Wall Street in Tulsa had 35 times the wealth of the average Black American. Doctors, lawyers, hotels, theaters, all Black owned. Then white mobs burned it to the ground. Insurance companies refused to pay. No one was prosecuted. Generational wealth gone in 24 hours. Then came redlining. The federal government literally drew maps coloring Black neighborhoods red, meaning do not invest here. Banks refused loans. Insurance companies refused coverage. Black families who wanted to buy homes, start businesses, or build wealth were systematically blocked. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't bad luck. This is a system that learned from Biddy Mason. It learned that when Black people build wealth, they build power. And it learned how to stop it. Lesson 5. Understand the system that built the wealth gap so you can outmaneuver it. You cannot beat a game you don't understand. Biddy Mason understood the law. She understood property. She understood that the system would try to own her, erase her, and forget her. And she built around it. Today, the system looks different. It's not slave catchers and redlining maps. It's credit scores that penalize you for being poor. It's financial literacy that's never taught in our schools. It's investment apps that feel like they're speaking another language. But the goal is the same. Keep you confused. Keep you spending. Keep you from building what Biddy Mason built. So what do we do with this? How do we take Biddy Mason's blueprint and use it today? I'm going to give you 5 moves. Not theory, moves. Things you can start this week. Move 1. Build a skill that pays more than your job. Biddy was a midwife, but she was the best midwife in Los Angeles. What skill can you develop that makes you irreplaceable? Not just at your job, in your city, in your industry. The kind of skill people pay premium for because they can't find it anywhere else. Move 2. Pay yourself first and automate it. Biddy saved for 10 years before she bought that land. Most of us can't wait 10 years. But you know what you can do? Set up an automatic transfer the day your paycheck hits. Even $50, even $25. The point isn't the amount. The point is the habit. Wealth is built by people who treat saving like a bill they have to pay, to themselves. Move 3. Buy where others aren't looking yet. Biddy bought scrubland on the edge of town. Today that might mean real estate in an emerging neighborhood. It might mean investing in a developing market, like parts of Africa, like the South in America. It might mean buying a rental property in a city that's growing but not yet expensive. The principle hasn't changed. Buy before the crowd arrives. Move 4. Build community wealth, not just personal wealth. Biddy didn't just build her own fortune. She built a church. She housed the homeless. She created institutions that outlived her. When you build wealth alone, you have wealth. When you build wealth with your community, you have power. Move 5. Learn the rules better than the people who wrote them. Biddy couldn't read, but she learned the law well enough to use it against her enslaver. Today, the rules are credit scores, tax codes, investment vehicles, and corporate structures. Most people are too intimidated to learn them. That's by design. Learn them anyway, not to play their game, to beat it. 5 moves. That's it. That's the Biddy Mason playbook. And every single one of them is something you can start this month. Not next year, not when you get a raise, this month. If you go to Spring Street in downtown Los Angeles today, you'll find the Biddy Mason Memorial Park. There's a concrete wall etched with her timeline. Most people walk right past it. They don't know whose ground they're standing on. But you know now. You know that a woman who started as property ended up owning the block. You know that she built wealth not through luck, not through a handout, but through skills, savings, vision, and community. And you know something else. You know that if they hid her, they're hiding others. They're hiding the fact that wealth building isn't complicated. It's just not taught to us. They're hiding the fact that the same system that tried to own Biddy Mason is still trying to own you today, just with different tools. Predatory loans instead of slave catchers, overdraft fees instead of plantation ledgers, buy now, pay later apps instead of sharecropping contracts. The chains look different, but they're still chains. But Biddy Mason broke hers, and she left a blueprint for how you can break yours. Build skills that transcend your circumstance. Pay yourself first, even when you have almost nothing. Buy what others overlook. Build community wealth, not just personal wealth. And learn the rules better than the people who wrote them. Biddy Mason walked 1,700 miles so that generations after her could run. She built an empire so that we would know it's possible. She gave everything she had to her community so that we would know wealth isn't just about money. It's about freedom. It's about legacy. It's about never letting them erase you. They buried her without a name, but we're saying her name now, Biddy Mason. And we're not just remembering her, we're using her playbook. This is Big Bertha, and I'll see you in the next one.